Rangers' January transfer window is edging towards a decisive moment, with developments behind the scenes beginning to gather real momentum. As attention turns to the final stages of a potential midfield move, confirmation of a medical has sharpened focus on what could be another significant piece of business for the Ibrox club. With the clock ticking towards the deadline, Rangers are weighing up their next steps carefully, determined to strike the right balance between streamlining the squad and strengthening key areas. While details remain closely guarded, all signs point towards progress, and a deal that could soon be brought over the line. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Sheffield United are closing in on the signing of Joe Rothwell, with the midfielder scheduled to undergo a medical at Bramall Lane today, as Rangers edge closer to completing another piece of January business. As first reported by RFC News, Rothwell had been made available for transfer this month after slipping down the pecking order under head coach Danny Rose. That stance now looks set to be formalised, with the 31-year-old on the brink of sealing a permanent switch to the Championship promotion hopefuls before the English transfer deadline at 7 p.m. Rothwell arrived at Ibrox in the summer as one of the headline additions under former boss Russell Martin, joining from Bournemouth with expectations that he would bring control, experience and creativity to the midfield. However, his time in Glasgow has failed to gain real momentum, and he has struggled to establish himself as a regular starter. Rowe's arrival brought a shift in both style and personnel, and Rothwell was quickly deemed surplus to requirements as the German coach reshaped the centre of the park. The recent signing of Tochi Chukwueze from Sturm Graz further underlined that change in direction, with Rangers prioritising energy, athleticism, and long-term development in midfield. Notably, Rothwell was left out of Rowe's travelling squad for last week's Europa League trip to Porto. At the time, the head coach attributed the omission to minor issues, insisting there was no major concern. There were some small problems, Rowe explained. Nothing serious. Despite that reassurance, Rothwell's absence only intensified speculation around his future, and discussions with interested clubs accelerated in the days that followed. Wrexham and Norwich City were among those to have monitored his situation during the window, but Sheffield United have moved quickest and are now poised to get the deal over the line. For Rangers, Rothwell's impending departure represents another step in Rowe's ongoing squad management during a busy January period. Several fringe players have already been moved on, while Chukwueze, Tur Romans and Andreas Skov Olsen have arrived to strengthen key areas of the squad. Speaking after Sunday's draw with Hibs, Rowe remained measured when asked about potential late business, stressing his confidence in the group at his disposal, while leaving the door open for further movement. First, we will see what happens tomorrow, he said. If something happens, I'm happy. If not, I carry on with my group. They have done a good job so far. This is our job to do. In general, I think I have a clear picture in my mind. I saw a group that was growing and growing together. And what I will not do today after this draw is to make everything very dark. I think this is also part of this race. It's an exciting one. We are still in the race. No one expected that a couple of weeks ago we would have this group. With Rothwell now set to complete his medical and put pen to paper at Bramall Lane, Rangers appear close to finalising another piece of their midfield reshuffle. His exit would free up space and resources as Rowe continues to mould a squad aligned with his vision, ensuring that any remaining business is focused on balance, cohesion, and long-term progression rather than short-term fixes. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. In other news, Cameron Archer now appears increasingly likely to remain at Southampton beyond the January transfer deadline, with Rangers instead moving decisively towards completing a deal for Hansa Rostock striker Ryan Naderi as they look to resolve a pressing issue in attack. Strengthening the forward line has been a clear priority for Rangers throughout the winter window, with head coach Danny Roll keen to add a reliable goalscorer as his side attempt to close the gap on Hearts while also maintaining their advantage over Celtic in an increasingly tight Scottish Premiership title race. That urgency has fueled speculation around a number of potential targets, with Archer's name emerging prominently over the weekend. The 24-year-old has found opportunities hard to come by at St Mary's this season, managing 4 goals in 23 appearances across all competitions, with only 10 of those coming from the start. While his pedigree at championship level and previous spells of form made him an obvious candidate on paper, reports linking him with a move to Ibrox were met with a mixed reaction from the Rangers support, many of whom questioned whether he represented the right fit or value at this stage of the campaign. Attention has since shifted firmly towards Naderi, who has been enjoying an impressive season in Germany with Hansa Rostock. The 22-year-old has registered 8 goals and 4 assists in the 3 Liga, catching the eye with his movement, work rate, and end product despite operating in a struggling side. Crucially, momentum now appears to be behind a move for the young forward. Sky Sport journalist Florian Plettenberg reported that Naderi is already en route for the next stage of the process, stating that he is on his way to Manchester to undergo a medical ahead of a potential switch to Rangers. That update has significantly cooled talk of an approach for Archer and strengthened the belief that Rangers have identified Naderi as their primary target. Behind the scenes, Rangers are understood to have substantially improved their offer to Rostock in an effort to secure a permanent deal with immediate effect. While the German clubs still need to give final approval before the transfer can be completed, negotiations are said to be at an advanced stage, with optimism growing that an agreement can be reached before the deadline passes. Rangers' search for a striker has not been limited to overseas options. Domestically, they have also tracked Motherwell's prolific forward Mass Wanhais, who has enjoyed a standout campaign in the Premiership. The Zimbabwe international has scored 18 goals in 28 appearances so far this season, playing a key role in Motherwell's push towards the upper reaches of the table. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.